to episode 32 of making a game in Corona SDK. If you haven't been following along, please check out the YouTube channel or my website at TylerMakes.com. Anyway, we are going to continue where we left off building this game. So, like I said, the best way to find stuff is to go to TylerMakes.com and check out the YouTube for all the previous stuff, or watch it on Twitch every week, etc., etc. Okay. So we left off, we were adding a store to our game. So if you are in the main garden, you can go to the store and buy new stuff and also sell stuff. So that's where we're gonna continue on, is making these buttons look nice, and yeah, we're just gonna go from there. Unfortunately, I'm not doing like any art or design, so we're just gonna do programmery stuff just like we have everywhere else, these nice programmery buttons and things. I'm not even gonna do as nice of art as I added here, which is not at all nice. We're just gonna, kind of wing it with the shapes and stuff that's already there, and eventually I will show you how to do all the fun art importing stuff. I mean, we've already kind of done it with this page, but we'll do more of it later when we get art for our store. But for now, we're gonna go through and make some simple, nice buttons. Okay, so we've got our shop. And the thing is, we're gonna want a couple of rows. So that's gonna be interesting. Okay. So we've got our scroll view. Wait, just 1 second. Sorry. All right. We're going to add our shop items. Now we have to think about their size and location. We are going to want to do something here where what I'm thinking is I want probably 4 items across, and then I want another row of 4, and then a button here to basically go to the next page. Or actually, there's a scroll view, so you just be able to scroll it like this. We might add a button though, just to make it like automatically scroll. I'd have to take a look at that. I think you can do that with scroll views, but I am not 100% sure. So we have to think about those, adding our shop item. Okay, we're just going to continuously add shop items. What I'm thinking about is if the view scrolls like this, we still want it to be like, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, and then when you scroll 9, 10, 11, that way. It's kind of a weird way to think about how they're going to be added to the store, but it should be fine. So what we're going to do, we're going to have, we already have item width. Item number. Okay. Let's call this. Make it more descript so that we know what the heck we're looking at here. Oh, we're not even using. Okay, so we're not even using that outside of. Not case sensitive. Okay, good. We're not using that outside of calculating the item width. That's totally fine. Let's go look at our shop where we create the UI. Okay, what we want is not 10, what we want is 4, which I actually think is going to make this look, yeah, like this. This is what we expect. Cool, it's a good start. Now we're going to have to make 2 rows. So let's think about this. Every 4... sometimes this does scroll, and sometimes it does not scroll. Huh. Why is that suddenly not scrolling for me? Oh, interesting. I can scroll here, but I can't scroll when I click on those. That's good to know. We're gonna have to fix that. That is probably has something to do with them being like in the wrong group. I wonder if we have the same thing going on here. I don't think we do. But of course we don't have enough. Whoop. We don't have enough items here to test that out. But we've had that before, so it's no big deal. We'll figure it out. Okay, so anyway, we have it set to break into 4s, but now we need it to happen in rows. So the way that we're going to do that, how are we locating them already? Self-X, total unique shop items. Oh, because we're adding to total unique shop items here. Are we using that for something? Don't know why I created that. Total unique shop items. No, we're doing nothing with it except using it in here. I don't think we actually need to use it like this at all. What we do need, though, is we need to pass in I, which should be, this should be fine. I'll put number in store. We do that. Okay. That's because it's going to start at 1. We actually want it to start at 0. So we actually do not want to do this. Oh yeah, part of it was we added that. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so that's kind of what we want. Oh, that's interesting. Can't scroll with the red, but I was able to just scroll moments ago. We had talked about this before, about utilizing their, you know, the libraries of different widgets. Sometimes the widgets don't work like you'd expect or you want. For instance, I am able to drag this, but then at some point I was able to get it to where it wasn't able to drag. Yeah, here you go. See, now it's not able to drag. If that happens on mobile, or you know, like on any device when it's deployed, that would be a super big pain. So, you know, we might eventually have to make our own scroll view that actually works how we want. But hopefully we don't come to that. Hopefully this is just an error that we can figure out later. I wonder actually, oh, I wonder if that's from clicking one of these things, it breaks it. I don't know what clicking them, a shop item does. But whatever we're having it do, I'm pretty sure it's causing it to break. All right. One second. Okay. So yeah, we'll figure out what the deal is with clicking and why that's a problem. But for now, what we want to do is first we want to add another row. So we're also going to do this, rows. And you know what? Another name for items in row is columns. It's probably a better name, so I'm going to change that to columns. Change this to height. And height. Columns, great. Okay, so okay, so what this is going to be is let me think. So there's two things that we need to figure out. We need to figure out whether or not it belongs in the top row. Oh, we're not in the store. The top row here or the bottom row. And then the next thing is, when is it on a next page? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go page is columns times row. That's how many is on a page. So we're going to take that, and we're going to take the number in store, and we're going to divide it by that. And we want the floor of that because we don't want any remainder. That's not helpful to us. Okay, now on a given page, we're gonna call it number in page equals number in store divided by page, or not divided by, mod page. If you don't know what this is, it's the remainder, if you can think of it. So 16 divided by 8 is 2 with a remainder of 0. 17 divided by 8 is 2 with a remainder of 1. So when you just want the remainder, you do mod. So the way you can look at it is this, 16 mod 8 is 0, and 17 mod 8. It's short for modulus. I don't know where the name comes from actually. I just know that this is what it means. So that's how we figure out the remainder. So the concept is that if you divide it by 8, that'll tell you what page you're on. So let's say that we started with this. So 1 divided by 8 is going to be, well, when you do the floor of it, it's going to be 0, right? And it's going to have a remainder of 1, and then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, etc. Like as you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So until you hit 8, you're still on the first page. When you and actually we technically want to add 1 because we're in normal stuff. You're starting at 0, so 0 divided by 8 would also be 0. So you'd have 0 through 7 would be on your first page. But because this is going to start with 1, we want 1 through 8 to start on your first page. So we'll have to alter that a bit. But anyway, the point is 1 through 7 will give you 0 when you do a floor, and the remainder will be as if you did this 1 mod 8. It's going to be 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6, etc. And that's going to tell you the place on the page. So while a 0 will say, hey, look, you're on this first page, then you have a remainder of 1, or a modulus of 1 will be here, then modulus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you're on to page 1 when you hit 8. And then the modulus again would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So that's how we do that, but we also can look at it vertically too. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. We want this to be 1, 2, 3, 4 as well, just with 2 in the height. So we're actually going to do the modulus again on the result. So I'll show you how we're going to do that. So number in store module page is the number on the page. Now we're going to take the number on the page, and for the x, we are going to take the number on the page, and what do we want to do? We want to mod rows. And for this, we want number in page divided by rows. And of course we want math.floor of that. So as you can see, it's the same exact calculation. We're just doing it once for the page and then once for the horizontal, right? Like, so to know that you're on a page, we take your number and we divide it by the columns and rows, which gives you the total of elements on a page, and we get the floor of that, so we don't have we cut off the remainder. This number in page constitutes the remainder. Now we're doing the same thing for rows, where you can think of it as, hey, what row am I on? Oh, dang it, I hit the wrong keyboard shortcut. The row you're on is your number in page divided by rows. This will actually probably be -1, but anyway, and your then your number in the row, which is another way of saying your column, is the number in the page mod the rows. I hope that makes sense. Maybe it's not quite clear. If you want a further explanation, please let me know, and I will endeavor to make one. We also need to do a few things here. We need to make this Y. We want to make this item height. I think we're good there. Alright, let's see what went wrong. Relaunch. Oh, you know what? I know what it is. Self.rows. This should be self.rows. Okay. What else we got? Line 14. Height divided by rows. Oh yes. We probably need to tell it how many rows when we're building it, which is to say 2. Otherwise it's dividing by nothing here, and that is of course breaking. Okay, we've got something. It's totally wrong, but we've got something. So let's take a look at what we did wrong. Normally I would be better equipped to go through this, but I am tired today. So we're just going to do this the good old-fashioned way by printing it. So we have our page and we have our number in page. And well, let's start with that. Okay, so we have 8 of them on page 0. Oh, and number in page is nan. That might be that there's in Lua. It might be a different thing. So normally you have the modulus operator, which I showed you there. It may not be. Whoop! Just throwing my mouse everywhere. Modulo. Oh, sorry, modulo, not modulus. Okay, it's got the modulo. Oh, here's a good way of explaining it. It's a mod b equals a minus the floor of a divided by b times b. So if there's 1 divided by 8, I don't know why the times b is here. Oh, sorry, yeah. So 1 divided by 8 is 0, times 0 is 0, and then you take a minus that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are all just going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because this is going to evaluate to 0. However, once you get to 8, you're going to take 8 divided by 8, and that's 1, and then you're going to multiply it by b, which is 8, and you're going to take a, which is 8, and subtract 8, and you're going to get 0. And then 9 divided by b, or 9 divided by 8, again is 1 when you do the floor, and then times b, which is 8. So then it's 9 minus 8, and that's back to 1. So the question is, what the heck is happening? Why are we getting not a number? We have our number in our store. We're modding it by our page number. Let's add, because maybe number in store is not what I think it is. Thought I would be, no, it's correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, blah, 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 blah. And we've got our page, and we know that's correct. Ooh, interesting. So for 8, 9, 10, it's actually working. Huh. Oh, I know why. Because this is 0. And so when we try to do number in store mod 0, that's like saying, starting with 1 and saying 1 divided by 0, which you can't divide by 0 because that is not a number. That is why we're going to have to make this plus 1 for starters. Now, number in page for 10 should not be 0. So something is amiss. So what is this? This is 10 mod page. Page is 2. Oh, that's not what we want. That's not what we want at all. We want num. That's so dumb. We want num mod the rows and columns. As in, we want the modulus of the how many things are on a page. Actually, let's make this all very clear. So we're gonna put items on a page. Okay. Now we're gonna put items on a page. Great. Now here, we're also going to use items on a page. Okay, we're starting somewhere. Oh, I think I screwed that up by clicking on one of them. Nope, can't scroll. Okay, so that's starters. So our page 0 and page 1, that stuff looks good. Now, what we actually, why don't we do this? Item row is going to be number in page divided by rows. That is not correct. Divided by columns. Then column is going to be your number in page mod columns, right? Yes. Because we want the leftover. Okay, so now we do item row. We make this one item column, and hopefully that makes everything much clearer. And it works, and that's the more important part. Okay, so started to get it. Not quite there though, because as you can see, there are not 10 items, and that's because we have a problem of things not showing up in the right place. So we're almost there. Oh yes, now that we have this, what we care about is this. We want to see the row and the column for all of these. Then it will become very clear to us what is happening. Okay, so we've got 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 2, 3, and then we have 0, 1, and then 0, 1, 2, 3, yep. And then we have page 1, 0, blah, blah, blah. Great. So here's the problem. This is correct for where to place it in the 1, 2, 3, 4 of a page, but we're not, with this, accounting for page numbers. So we need to add the page stuff, which is to say the page that you're on times self.itemWidth times the number of columns. And we're actually just going to take this, make this more clear as well. Put it here. Now we can move that somewhere else because these calculations, like this page width calculation, that's not going to change. So that could actually be up top, and so we're not calculating it again and again. But that's okay. We're going to put it here for now. It's not a big calculation. Okay, there we go. So now you can see it's a little weird because we go onto the other page. Yeah, I don't think I like that. I think what I want to do is I want to think of it as just 2 rows, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way down as far as it goes. That is actually probably smarter. Then we don't have to do the pages. Everything is simpler. Why didn't I think of that before? That's okay though. You got to see what it would be like if you actually had distinct pages, which we're not going to have. We're just going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, blah, 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 as you go, instead of having you try to scroll a bunch of pages. So we only need item row and item column. And your row, so actually we're going to start with the columns. The columns is the way to think about it. So what we want, so we want to take your number in the store. We think we can get rid of all this. And I think this is mod rows, yes, and then item, your row, rows, store. I believe that's what we want. Find out very quickly. Doing this all off the top of my head. Nope. Oh, I think that's, yeah. This needs to be item row down here. This needs to be item column up here. There we go. Yay, and look there. Now that actually looks like what we want, because you want it to be even sets of 2, and if you keep scrolling, then it eventually ends with the dead one down here. That is perfect. So now we've got our store, but we need to add buttons. We eventually need to figure out why this sometimes scrolls and sometimes doesn't. Oh, look at that. Nope, nope. Had it working. Then I had it not working. It's so weird. I don't know how it gets stuck. Or how it gets unstuck. It's as if, oh, you know what it is? Ah, I think I know what it is. So I think there's a space here for a text field. And if you're on the text field, you can't move it. But if you're off the text field, you can. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It's acting very strangely. Oh, I thought I had it figured out, but it does not seem to be obeying the laws that I thought it would. So weird. Yeah, if that continues to be trouble, I will build a new scroll view container that works the way that we want it to work. But for now, that's what we have. Okay, so save that guy. Let's start looking at the items. What we want to do is have buy and sell. My question is, how much can you sell them for? I guess that means you have to have a currency, which I didn't particularly want to have a currency. But I guess we're going to have one, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and make these little shop item buttons and stuff. Okay, so let's go look at our shop item. Where's our shop item? Oh, that's right. We just moved it all here. Oh wait, not store item. We want shop item. It's very important that we keep those two things separate. Okay, so it's got a name. It's got an inventory. Okay, so we're gonna need 2 buttons. Interesting. I don't think we're gonna want this listener. We're actually gonna want two buttons on it, which we can actually just use their widget buttons. So let's get rid of that for starters. Huh. This was actually how we were scrolling. So we were actually doing that. I forgot we were actually kind of doing that manually ourselves. So we do have to have that. Yeah, so something very easily could be going wrong in here. Calling planting function. Yes, this is not what we want to do. Let's get rid of that for starters. Okay, let's go add a couple buttons. What the heck is the name of our screen? Menu scene. I want to go here because I want to steal the syntax for a new widget because we have not used those very often. Okay. For buying. Okay, so we're gonna have this be our buy button. Okay. Oh man, there's so many steps to this. Sometimes it's like, oh, I've just got this little feature to knock out, and then you realize, like, oh no, got 100 things to do. But hey, that's where we are. So what we're going to do is have our buy button. I think we can leave all of this stuff, except that this is going to be we're just going to do that for the moment. We need to have a on release listener, but we're not going to add this just yet. Okay. Oh, I think its X is right in the center. Let's try this. Width divided by height, and then we self dot height minus. We're gonna need an item height or button height. Let's call it button height. Okay. Buy button. Here we go. Self dot button height, and we're gonna go self dot button height divided by. Actually, put this one at self dot button height because we want it to be a little off the bottom, I guess. Let's try this. So we're gonna make that self dot button height. Okay, now we need to add the other one. Okay. Let's insert this buy button. Actually, we're gonna go self.buy button. We're gonna do the thing that we love to do, which is go self.buy button equals buy button. Great. And we don't need this garbage that I copied from that other place. Okay. And here we go. And this is our sell button. Yeah, what I want to do is do divided by 2 times 3. Or put another way, times 3 divided by 2, or 3/2. I think that'll work. We'll find out. And sell button. Let's go down to the remove item. Put the buy button here. Sell button here. Okay. Add our nil version up here. Okay, great. See what we broke. Cool. Shop item line 75. Oh, this probably needs access to the widget class. Boop. There we go. Hey, sell buy. Oh no, they're not in relation to the items themselves. What I want to know is if we set the location after it's been added to the group, does that make a difference? No. Sad day. Okay. God, that's annoying. Why would we have to do that? Because you should be able to do it based on the group. Group. Well, that's the problem. We're actually setting everything individually in the group. We could have made a different group. Yeah, I don't mind. We're just gonna do this the easy way. And we're just gonna add its X and its Y values to every location. We should probably put it in a group, but there's so many elements that aren't already. It's sometimes easier just to do it like that. Now my question is, why? Say if we divide by 2. I want them to have a little separation. There we go. Buy and sell. Cool. I actually don't want them to be like that. I just want to do it like this. Instead of 3/2, let's go with 4/2, which is also known as 2. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Now I got little buy, sell buttons. Don't those look great? Should probably get new art for them. But hey, they work. Okay, so now we're going to want to do a similar pop-up thing to the pop-up that we had before in our, if you remember, way back when we were building maps, we had a little confirmation dialog, and we're going to want to pop it up and have it look for what type of, or I mean how many of them you want to sell. So it'll have an up and a down arrow to indicate the number of an item you want to buy or sell. So let's go do that. Just want to find our pop-up. Our pop-up was really cool. Why do I not see it here? I thought it was called pop. There it is, file name pop-up. Cool. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to go ahead and duplicate it in the file directory, just because it's not as easy in Sublime Text. There's not like a nice duplicate file button, or maybe there is and I just don't know it. Well, that's weird. Normally you can hold down, there it goes, my Alt key is not working. Okay, as you can see, it popped up here. We are going to call it bulb shop pop-up. Cool. Now let's take a look at our shop pop-up. First, we're going to replace the name. Do. Okay, there we go. And we're going to change that to bulb shop pop-up. Great. Okay, so we are going to have an action. We are going to have a label. That's good. Already partway there. Got our label text. Okay, now we're not going to have this file list. So we can just get rid of all the things that have to do with file lists. And then the name is what you enter. We also don't need a name either. So let's get rid of that. We want the accept and cancel buttons. We're also going to have two more buttons, one for doing up and one for doing down. Okay, what did we just get rid of? We got rid of the name view, the file view. Okay. Name view and file view. So, file list view, goodbye. Name view, goodbye. Get rid of them down here. File list. Name. Cool. Okay. Name view, file list view, great. Let's save this for a second. Now what I want to do is I want to take a look at where, gotta go back in our memory and remember how the file name pop-up worked. Yes, this is what we want. Something close to this. What does clear pop-up do? I think clear pop-up, if I remember correctly, a special function. Yeah, that clears a pop-up if it has it. Cool. So in our shop, we want to do all the same stuff. Actually, we're going to do it from the shop item, which is totally fine. totally fine. Okay. Yes, when you touch one of these buttons. So here we go. We're gonna go show pop-up. And do that over here too. And I think we're gonna go like this. We're gonna say self show pop-up. I believe that'll work. Okay, in order for this to work, we need a clear pop-up, which we are going to steal from here. We have to do anything with the, yeah, let's add our file pop-up up here as well. Okay. Occurred to me, we don't want this to happen on the item, we want it to happen on the UI, and the reason we want it to happen on the UI is so that you can't create multiple pop-ups. So we're going to take those guys and we're going to put them over here on our shop UI. Cool, so we're going to take shop UI and put it on these guys. And we're going to call this buying or selling function. Buying or selling. And self show pop-up. Okay. Getting somewhere. Now in our item, no longer need this file pop-up. I'm gonna go put that over there in the shop UI. And let's see. What were we doing before? Let's go look at store items and remember how they work, because we're using our dispatcher. How are we using it? Self UI planting function. Oh, we're just calling it on the UI. That's interesting. With the item. I feel like that's weird. But at the same time, maybe it's fine. Let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and do this. Buying or selling function. So we want to call. I think we're probably going to want to change that, but for now, let's see what we broke. Bulb shop item 84. Well, that doesn't seem quite right now, does it? Function arguments expected near. Can't be calling it like that, of course, because we can only call the function, and that does not work for us. No, it doesn't. All right, let's try this. I keep running into this. I keep forgetting the nice strategies for working around it. What do we do with the file pop-up? Oh wait, look, this uses self except. Does that actually work? Oh, cool. That's exactly what we want. Well, we technically want self.ui. Buying or selling a function. Do it like that. Alright, let's see if that works. Oh, everything blows up. Shop UI 90. Oh, hey, at least it got here. That's cool. Let's just comment that out for right now. Act like it didn't happen. Okay, cool. So we're buying or selling. We don't yet know which. Let's fix that. I guess we need to know our item. We need to know our action. And then we'll figure out, oh, let's say total and cost. All things we're going to need to know, but we don't need to know them just yet. Let's go here. Item is, of course, going to be something. Guess. Let's go with self.name. Whoops. Put that there. Now, to get buying or selling, that is a good question. I want to know if we can figure out what the button is when you click it. Please tell me they pass it to the handler. Where's our handler? On press. On release. Okay, so we've got event.phase, but what else does event have? Can it tell me that? Okay, so we have event. I want to see something. Just want to see what the event looks like when you click. Oh no, line 76, attempt to call a table value. Oh yeah, this needs to be like pairs. Oh, gotta remember that wacky Lewis syntax. There it is. Alright, we got a phase, we got a y star name. Target. Cool. I think that's what we want. Let's go take a look at target. Cool. It's got some fun functions like a touch and set fill color and get label. I think that's exactly what we want. Let's go print event dot target dot colon get label sell buy. Perfect. So now we know what we are doing. All right, so event dot target dot colon get label, and the total is somewhere in the inventory. What is our inventory value? Self dot inventory. That's easy enough. And the last one, which is cost, we haven't determined yet. We're going to figure that out, and we'll add that somewhere along the line. But for now, we're getting the important stuff. Okay, so let's go like this. Selling item action. Actually, let's do this. We'll put action colon item total. We're going to leave off cost because it does not exist yet. All right, sell avocados. What do we get? Sell avocado, 9. Buy avocado. Sell lemon, buy lemon. Sell strawberry, buy carrots. Cool. They all work. Great. The next thing we need to do is show our little pop-up. So let's get this figured out. And do we add file pop-up? We did. And bulb, we do not want bulb file name pop-up. We want bulb shop pop-up, which we also need to add up here. Bulb shop pop-up. Okay, let's see what happens when we try it now. Oh, look, something broke, but we've got our pop-up appearing, kinda. It's almost there. Let's figure out what's going on with that. Oh yes, and I don't think we need to have a show pop-up function. I'm just going to move it over here into our function here. That'll be fine. We're not going to show pop-up any other way. And let's do this. Let's put action. Oh, that's not what we're doing. Let's go like this. Pop-up title equals action appended to a colon appended to item question mark. Okay, so now we're gonna put pop-up title. I don't think we need this second thing, whatever that second thing is. What was it? Label and action. Action. Do we need the action? Yes, well, probably need the action. Yeah. we'll start with that. Okay. But there's other stuff going on here. We don't need these event listeners because they don't make any sense. Let's do UI display group. Okay, self UI display group equals display dot new group, something like that. Yeah, I think that's what it is. We'll take this, we'll go down here, and we're gonna replace this guy. Also, where else are we using group in here? Group. This has gotta be somewhere. Oh, these are added to the scroll view. Oh, so we've already kind of got our own thing, but that's fine. We can wrap it in a group, and let's then do this. Okay, which we also then at the end need to remove that business. Okay, cool. That's good. Group a nil value. Line 72. That is not the right thing. It's over here. Pop-up, line 72. Okay, what did I do wrong over here? It's down here in the pop-up. Group, insert, all this stuff. So this pop-up is missing a group. So show pop-up create. Oh, duh. The whole reason we were doing that is that we wanted to change this to say UI display group. There we go. Ah, we have it. Does the cancel button work? Oh, I was really hoping the cancel button would work. Oh yeah, clearing the old one should work and replace it with a new one, which is cool. Because we clear it before we create a new one. Okay, and we had the title, which was good. And we're gonna make that much bigger. Cancel and accept. Ah, they dispatch an event. So this is not a file name event. This is going to be an action event. We're going to put accept store action, and we have the action. We're going to have the item. What is the item? Oh, we're calling it. No, that's not what we want at all. What we want is our label. That's going to be. That's not how it's going to work. We're going to have an item here as well. So let's go put that in. Item. Item, great. Oh, just plugging right along. Okay, so item equals self dot item. Great. Store action event. This is not a clear file event. This is cancel store action event. We're gonna call this cancel store action pop-up. We're gonna put that over here. Since this is not going to be called file pop-up, we're going to replace file pop-up with shop pop-up. Boom, perfect. Oop, except that needs to be clear shop pop-up. Actually, yeah, we're going to call this clear shop pop-up. Actually, let's call it cancel shop pop-up. We just have to change it in these two places. Great. Everything's thing. We're gonna call it, we'll just call this accept shop pop-up. That'll make things easier. So let's do this. Of course, this becomes cancel shop pop-up. Self and accept shop pop-up self. So then we also need to do an accept shop pop-up, which will also cancel. So we want to clear, and actually it should not be called cancel, it should be called clear, because we just want it to clear the pop-up. Now we have to go and replace it in all these places. It's so tedious, but it's for the best. Okay. Ba 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 ba. Okay, so when you accept, we have to look at the event. I have to remember what it looks like. How our event structure looks. Oh man, it has a dumb name. Okay, file name, there we go. Event. Event dot file name, blah blah blah. Okay, cool. That is so simple. I think we're good now. So accept the pop-up. Here's our event. And we're gonna go print. Accepting event, oh, event dot item. Event dot action. Okay. Relaunch. Okay, cool. Oh no, everything's broken. Pop-up 83. Miss a comma? Of course we did. Anytime we create an object in line, we forget it. Okay, there you go. Sell avocado, buy avocado. Sell lemon, buy lemon. Cancel. Sell avocado, cancel. Buy lemon, cancel. Sell avocado. Click accept. Look, accepting avocado, sell. Buy lemon, accept. Accepting buy lemon. Great. So we've done it. We can now buy and sell. Now we just actually have to make this dialog allow you to choose how much. I also would like it to take up the vast majority of the screen. Boo, 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 boo. So we want to give it a width and height as well. Width, height. We're going to make this 90% width times 0.9. And the height at 90% times 0.9. Which means the x and y have to be at 10%. So width times, or I mean 5%. So 5 one. Same for this one. Height times .05. Great. I think we have to put zeros here or it's going to freak out. I could be wrong, but better safe than sorry. Now we need to go find our shop pop-up and actually add those values. What am I looking at? Here we go. Alright, self.width, self.height. Great. Hey, there we go. Pretty good. Ooh, I have an idea about that exit button. I don't know what I'm gonna leave the exit button alone for right now. I'm actually gonna put it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. I don't like that we have different types of navigation. See, we have this exit, which actually takes you out of here. We have these, which are like theoretically going to be like doors or some kind of indicators that take you to these places, but then you have the door to get out of here. I just don't know. I don't feel like I like it. So I'm gonna have to figure that out at some point. Give you a nicer way to exit the game. Or maybe even take away the... Well, no, I like the exit because it takes you to here, where you can actually choose different slots to play on, which is good. Too many games don't let you do that anymore, and it's really annoying. Okay, so let's continue with this. We're going to add our buttons to change the amount. I see something. Okay. It's going to be our count text. We call it mount text. I'm going to select this guy, replace. I'm going to replace label view within my selection, so it's limited to this area. We're going to change that to mount view. Cool. What am I doing? Okay, we're going to take label view. We're going to call this a mount view. See where else we have label view. Of course, we have it at the remove. And call it a mount view. And we have it at the top. Easy as pie. There we go. We've now replaced them all. Cool. What are we gonna do with our mount view? I'm gonna bring this in a little bit. And our mount view, we need to bring in a lot of it. Oh, I desperately need an artist to come in and make all these things look nice. Wouldn't that be great? We're going to start it out with 0. Yep, there we go. Let's go like this, 100. And let's make this 64. And let's make this 72. Oof. not quite big enough. Let's go 100. Let's make this one also 100. Oops. No, that's right. Okay, just fiddling with some numbers. Hopefully that puts it somewhere. Okay, that's like a thing. Why is it so tiny? So tiny. This one's nice and big. It almost looks as if it's not growing, despite the fact that I've changed its size. 144. Well, that changed. Guess it's the fact that it's a 0? I don't know. That's weird. Whatever, we're gonna try that out, see what that looks like. Nice big stuff. That does not look good. But it functions, and functioning is what we care about. It's interesting that I have buttons here that are not widget buttons. I don't know why I made not widget buttons for accepting and canceling. But I'm gonna go ahead and use widget buttons for the rest of this because I think that might be good. I'm not 100% sure. It does mean that, like, if they decide to change their widgets, I'm gonna be annoyed. But you know, it is what it is. We're gonna take these buy and sell examples and we're gonna drop them in here as our increase and decrease buttons. So again, we're going to do the same thing where we replace within a selection, and the text we're going to replace is buy button with add button. Great. Same here. We're going to replace sell button with decrease button. I mean, technically it should be called decrement button, maybe, or subtract button, but that's fine. I'm gonna call it decrease button. And this is for raising the amount to buy/sell. Okay, great. Got all that. Let's put increase, or let's go, we're going to call it add. We're going to call this one decrease. They're not similar as I would like. Add equals function end. Decrease function end. Okay, and this is going to call dot alter amount. We're going to put 1. This one down here. It's going to alter the amount by -1. So now we're going to need a function called alter amount, which I'm going to put down here. Alter amount. And self.amount equals amount plus change, which comes through here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go self dot amount view dot text equals self dot amount. I think that'll work. I hope that'll work. And equals 0. Cell. Oh no, everything's broken. I think we need a button height for our buttons. Yep. Oh, we don't use self here, we use C. Oh, look how tiny they are. Tiny little buttons. Hey, but they work. And the buy button goes up, sell button goes down. Very cool. Now we just need to actually add limits onto those. And we'll move those buttons to somewhere that actually makes sense. Okay, where is this guy? Self 200. Let's go 300. I'll put it at the same one. Oh, maybe I shouldn't put them on directly on top of each other. Also, if that's there, we definitely want this to be like 600. And we probably want this to be 400. And this one to be 600. There we go. And also, we want the buy button to have an up arrow and the sell button to have a down arrow. Okay, that's not exactly the right arrow. And the sell button to have a down arrow. Okay, that's not exactly where I thought they would show up, but alright. That's a little more reasonable. They're a little bit off, but that's okay. This is just going to do it if if self.amount is greater than 0. I'm going to put 1, so you can't just buy and sell nothing. Has to be at least 1. So let's also start the value at 1. That's great. And now the alter amount, when you're selling, it's your total amount. If you're buying, it's the amount you can afford. So we're gonna, for right now, we're gonna not worry about buying. We're just gonna go action equals sell. And amount is less than, which this should be self.amount, and this should be self.action. And the amount is less than, what did I call it? Item action. Oh, we did not pass it in. width, height, pop-up, item, action. We're gonna put total. And we're gonna put cost, even though they're not there yet. We're gonna go up here. We're going to add total and cost. And total equals total cost equals cost. And down here, if self.amount is less than total, we can go ahead and do that. Else, we're going to go ahead and let it go forever for right now. Change that in the near future. Okay. Relaunch. Okay. Sell. Hold on a tick. This label needs to start out. What is label? It's not the label though. We want it's the amount. The amount should start as self.amount. Okay. Sell. You can't sell less than one. You can't sell. You can sell as many as you want, evidently, because that's broken. Well, okay. Let's look at buy. You can buy. You can sell. Whoa! Hold on a tick. Ooh, a bunch of things are breaking. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, first off, there was a problem in that we need to remove those buttons when we're done. So let's go ahead and add that. What's it called? Add button. Decrease button. So let's do that. Secondly, our clicking of this entire thing needs to keep fall through from happening. So what I want to do is our background. Is that item view? I think that's item view. Let's go with item view. We're gonna call it end touch. This is to keep it from falling through. Okay. So now if we click over here, we won't accidentally hit the blueberries button like I did. But also, okay, so you can sell infinite, it seems. Can you buy? You can buy infinite as well. So what is the problem here? What is our action? Our action is sell. We know our action is sell because when I click sell, hey look, it says sell up there. So if the action is sell, oh, I'm an idiot. If the action is sell, then we want to do our check. If the action is not sell, then we don't want to do a check. Sell. Yay, it's limited to 9, because you only have 9 currently. And down works. And then if we go to buy, you can't go down, and it is infinite. Because you can buy as many as you want right now. Because right now, we do not have a cost. We do not have your current amount of money. So that's where we're going to end, though, for today, is we've got this whole store taking shape. On the next one, we'll add a cost to these and show the cost, and then make it so that when you buy or sell, it's limited by your cost, and how many, like, so that'll determine how many items you can buy. And then we'll actually have those values affect this screen, and we will also make these values that you start here, blueberries, right, affect these. And interestingly, yeah, we're gonna have to figure out like that whole thing about, I just realized what items like purchasable or whatever that value was that we deleted right at the beginning. That was actually to tell how far you were in the game, because at the beginning you're not going to be able to buy everything. You're only going to be able to buy a certain number, so we need to make that count. And then that'll be saved, and like as you level up or you accomplish certain things, more things will become available in the store. Anyway, that's it for today. Remember, check out my website. It's right there. Maybe you can't see it because I moved this in the way, but it's TylerMakes.com. And hit me up on Twitter. You know, go to the YouTube, check it out, or go to the website, check it out. There are links from here to all the videos that I've made, and there's links from there to the GitHub, etc. So, you know, go check all that stuff out. And that's it. Have a great week or weekend or whatever time frame is coming up next for you, because I don't know when you're watching this. All right, bye.